South by Southwest was awesome for us last year. We hadn't done any long tours before, so this was our first week-long adventure of playing music together. We had 7 shows in 6 days, and it was really to prove to ourselves that we could go to each city and learn something from it, grow from it as a band. Our first show on the tour was Tuesday at Preservation Pub in Knoxville, Tennessee. Good crowd. There were people dancing. That definitely kicked the tour off to a good start. Wednesday, we played in a little place in Memphis called the Buccaneer, a little dive bar. It was a great crowd. There was a few people there, but they were very enthusiastic. So we had a great time there. Thursday we had a double show. We played first at Cactus Records in Houston, Texas. It was definitely a listening crowd. They had beer there and we got to mingle with all the Houston people afterwards and talk music. And then later on that night we played at Nada Cheese, and it was a restaurant slash outdoor music venue, so there was a really nice stage out there. So we had some barbecue, played music, had a lot of little kids dancing. That was a good day. So Friday we landed in Austin, and it was pretty crazy. There were people everywhere and bands everywhere and street musicians, all sorts of energy. It was really hot the whole day, so we knew that we were in Austin and just with a bunch of sweaty musicians, you know, a couple margaritas, just solved all our problems. And there was a lot of, musicians, record labels, people from all over just traveling to Austin for this conference. So it was a lot of good energy. We met a lot of people, did some networking. We played at an unofficial showcase that had a lot of Columbus musicians called We Are Columbus. It was really good. It was definitely a good experience for us. So after our show, we just walked around and we tried to hear like any band we could. My favorite experience of the tour was when we got to play in New Orleans. It was St. Patty's Day of all days, so there was green beer on the streets and all sorts of people walking around. But we got to catch some live music. We went to the Spotted Cat. We saw a really amazing band play. It's definitely a haunted city, so it was just cool to see the history and the tradition of New Orleans music there. We got to play at a dive bar there called the Hi-Ho Lounge with a famous guitar player, Lightning Lee. He's really well known in New Orleans. He's a character and very talented, and everyone there just showed us so much support and love for the music, so it definitely kind of reminded us that, this is cool and people get it, what you're doing, and people like, what you're playing, like this is why we do it.
Hey, I'm serious, man. Y'all, you guys are knockout, I'm serious. Freak me out, you made me proud, I'm serious. No kidding, man. And you in that voice, oh.
After a little sleep, our drive continued into Sunday, where we landed in our last gig spot, which was Smith's Old Bar in Atlanta. And it was a showcase show. There was a couple other bands, and it went really well. It was a packed house. It was definitely a listening crowd. So our energy was still going, but it was a long week. I think the whole tour was a great experience for us, just to grow musically together. We played, every night together, and which we haven't done before. That was our first trip together. So I think that taught us a lot about, maybe what's more to come in the future with us, playing out on the road, what it's like. And it turned out to be really great. And I think we came back, 10 times better.